Well, to discuss more for the future of Russia and what has happened over the weekend, I'm joined by Marina Litvinenko, who is campaigner and wife of murdered former FSB agent Alexei Litvinenko. Thank you very much for making time for us. What must be a very difficult time for you to be reliving this in some way. Yulia Navalny's wife, has been speaking out today about the shameful and cowardly acts that she alleges led to her husband's murder. How important is her voice at the moment?
Good evening. Thank you very much for inviting me and to speak about very sensitive subject. I would like to say I'm very proud of Yulia Navalny. Her husband was just pronounced dead, but she has a power and strength to step forward and to say she will take it over, and she became a head of Russian opposition. Why it's very important? I think in a moment when everybody realized they have no more Alexei Navalny, it was just a moment what we're going to do. And now Yulia, she may be not a professional politician, but she associated with Alexei, and she definitely will support by all team what did work with Alexei Navalny all this time. And I think it's a very important to them. And if team of Alexei Navalny would be saved, it means people who believed to Alexei Navalny might be stayed the same with them. And again, I'm absolutely amazed where this Yulia could find this strength and be able so open talk to all this audience. And we know it's already millions views of this video.
Indeed, so much strength, and similar to the strength that you yourself have shown, Marina, given, of course, that you lost Alexander in the way that you did. You're one of the few people who is able to talk about what it's like to live with this kind of threat hanging over your relationship, hanging over your husband. Evgenia Kara-Murza is also speaking out, given you know, that her husband is in jail in Russia. Just talk to us a little bit about what that experience is like, knowing that your partner is a target.
Yes, and I would say I have a completely different experience. Alexei Navalny is a politician, and we can see Yulia was always around when Alexei tried to elect it as a mayor of Moscow, when he went for presidential election. It was every time her presence, and she knew she's a wife of politician. In my situation in 2006, I didn't have this experience, and I believed my husband, Alexander Litvinenko, took us out from Russia to save us and to save our little son, who was 6 years old, and then he was just 12 when his father just died. And this was so unbelievable for me. Even I couldn't speak to people for almost 1 week. I was speechless. I afraid to go outside and to see people, because I thought nobody would be even interested to listen why it happened. I even saw everybody would blame us for what? Radioactive polonium in the streets of London, but it was a mistake. And I received this support. When I was questioned, would you like I replaced Alexander Litvinenko? I said, no, I can't do it, because Alexander was a professional. But I knew for sure I wanted to know who killed my husband. And this has given to me the strength and understanding I have to do this. I have not time to relax. I can't say I don't want to do this for my son, for our friends, and how I now realize for many, many people. And this is maybe makes others examples to other people to be strong. And I see how Evgenia Kara-Murza fighting for her husband. He's alive. It's true, but we need to find this any chance to get Vladimir out from this prison. And I would like to support all of them and Evgenia Kara-Murza and Yulia Navalny for what they're doing. It looks now, voice of women in Russia, much more stronger. And I would like to ask parliamentarians here in UK particularly, please, it's not enough just to say how we're warning Russian government, or how we just say we are unhappy what you're doing. We need to move from words to action. and it need to be real action, what this Putin regime will understand.
You have got a growing, strong community, like you said there, of women who are speaking out. And you are, you know, I'm really relieved to hear that you found that you were supported in the UK during what you went through and since then. Obviously, Evgenia Karamertsa, she is also here in the UK. Yulia Navalnaya, she is not in Russia. Some people wonder why Navalny himself went back to Russia, went back to Moscow, but he obviously felt he needed to be there, but he knew the huge risks involved. Could you ever see Yulia Navalnaya going back into Russia?
I don't think so. Again, it's difficult to predict, but I don't think so. She's going back to Russia. And Alexei Navalny had choice, and he decided to go to Russia. He believed, as a Russian politician, he need to be with his people in Russia. But after what happened to him, I don't think it would be right to go for Yulia to Russia, because everything what happened in Russian politics now, it happened not inside of Russia. We can see it. And the major point, it's a war in Ukraine. And if war in Ukraine goes in right direction, I mean, Ukraine will win in a way what Ukraine believes, does it mean win? Russia might change. And Yulia doesn't go to Russia.
We really thank you for your time this evening, Marina Litvinenko.